I was just going through a lot of mindset work right there with trying to grasp that I'm going to become a mom again. What life is going to look like for me now. And I was like, you know what? This is even more to share with moms that not just like, surprise babies, but it's like just the big shifts that we go through in life and how to not see them as a burden or an obstacle, because sometimes they are an obstacle, but to like go through it full force, knowing that it's something better on the other side of it.
Welcome to the Radiant Mom Rising, the podcast that's all about celebrating and empowering the incredible hardworking mothers out there. I'm your host, Mary Dibble. I'm on a mission to equip you with the tools, strategies, and inspiration you need to conquer the challenges of motherhood and life, all while embracing your radiant self. Join us each week for amazing guest interviews, relatable stories, and a whole lot of fun. We're here to create a vibrant, supportive community where we can be our authentic selves, where no one feels alone, and where we uplift and cheer each other on along this incredible journey of motherhood. So, fellow Radiant Moms, get ready to rise, shine, and conquer the world. Let's grow together, laugh together, and make every week a celebration of the powerful, radiant moms we are. This is Radiant Mom Rising, and you're part of a community where your brilliance shines through. Are you ready to rise with us? Let's get started. This podcast episode features a conversation with Analise Garcia, a mommy mindset mentor, entrepreneur, and podcaster. She shares her inspiring journey from being a teen mom to launching her own beauty business and evolving into a mindset mentor for moms. Amid the challenges of motherhood, academic pursuits, and entrepreneurship, Analise emphasizes the importance of personal development, mindset work, and intentionality in achieving goals. She discusses the significance of embracing life's changes and curveballs, advocating for self-care, prioritizing, and being true to oneself. Throughout this episode, Analise offers insights on overcoming obstacles, the power of gratitude, and creating harmony between personal and professional life, reflecting on her own experiences to inspire and guide other moms towards fulfillment and success. Hope you enjoy. I have Miss Analise Garcia with me. She is a mom of two. She's a mommy mindset mentor, and she has her own podcast as well, Mommy Mindset Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Maria, for having me on. I'm so excited. I'm doing so good. I love connecting and meeting other moms, especially, on podcasts to share with other moms. So I'm happy to be here.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of my favorite things. I'm enjoying this journey. I think it's amazing the connections we make, the knowledge we gain, the strength and inspiration that we can bring on to other mommies out there. We'd love to hear more about your story. If you'll just kind of share your journey of what led you to where you are today.
Of course. So I'm going to take it all the way back to high school because I am a young mom. I was a teen mom with our firstborn son. Before I got pregnant with him, I was just always ambitious, always a social butterfly. And I was like, you know what? This happens for a reason. I had all of this support from my family behind me. So I was like, there's no, air. And I just like kept going. Graduated high school and like all the clubs and honors. Like I didn't let being a teen mom stop me. There was so much statistics around that. And I was like, okay, and like I'm still gonna continue and finish strong. And I went to the college for my bachelor's in business. Still, it took a village. Like I had my full family presumed to support me. So I finished college on time. I might add, I'm like super proud of me that I started college right after high school, finished it on time because I wanted to get in, get out, and like start doing what I wanted to do, which was, something in business because I always had that entrepreneurial mindset. And I was like trying to navigate what I wanted to do. So in 2019, I started my first business, which is a lash business. I sold false lashes because I was all about beauty and helping women feel beautiful and enhance their beauty. And I love topping on lashes, earrings, just going out the door. Because as a mom, like that was my beauty routine. Really quick, pop on some lashes and then go out the door. So that was my first business. So I was just learning all the ropes, though, what it took to build a little business, the product business venture into the beauty industry and skincare. Because skincare has always been my thing. So I was like, you know what, let me jump into bed. And then I started doing and network mindset training because just starting businesses is hard enough by yourself. So there was a lot of personal development and a lot of mindset work. And I was like, you know what? I like this a lot. Like I want to be better because getting more into the mindset, personal development world, I was learning about your thoughts, determining your actions and limiting beliefs. And I was like, what is all that? Like, what's the limiting beliefs? And this sounds like a lot of hoo-ha and stuff like that. Yeah. So when I first got introduced to it, it was, like anything new, you're like, oh, what is this? And you kind of dabble in it. But then my mom even brought to my attention, like the law of attraction and manifestation and all those, you know, fancy terms of the mindset world. And I was like, this is so interesting and trying to learn about it more and incorporate it into my life and into the like, okay, what do I want? The ultimate goal of what do I want from these businesses that I have and that I'm starting. So the last business was was going, and then there's just a lot of learning curves. And then 2020 happened, and I was like, you know what? I should be doing something way more than lashes. Like just because I am so passionate about lashes and beauty, doesn't mean everybody is, and I wanted to create a deeper connection with people. And obviously, those people that I connected with so well was mom. And the more and more I connected with them, and I'm a Scorpio, so I just love connecting with people on a deeper level. I hate small talk. Like if I meet someone new, I'm not gonna just make small talk. And I'm gonna be like, okay, well, tell me your story and tell me about your childhood. Like I get deep with people. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I need to get on a deeper level to what I want to do and the change and transformation I want to help other moms get. So I was going through a transformation myself. And I was like, so I stepped away from the lashes and trying to work on my own mindset. And then I actually started my first podcast with my sister in 2021. And we were called Two Sisters in a Pod. And it was just about, all sorts of things between sisters. And we were going to have girl talk and stuff. And then she was in college. So it was a little bit too much for her. So I'm like, okay, we stopped. And I still had that pull to want to share more to other people and, just have that conversation with people and share my story and my insights and little tips and tricks of what does help me with my own mindset and just becoming a better person overall. So I was like, you know what? I really do want to bring back the podcast. And then kind of fast forwarding, I was like, I wanted to do it, but I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off. And like, this isn't the right time. I don't have a lot to say and just trying to put it all together. I was like, it's just too much for me. So I had a business coach at the time. She's like, you need to speak to the moms. Like, you need to do this. And then that's how she gave me the idea for Mommy Mindset. And I was like, dude, this is genius. Like, I love the title and I want to make it into what I've always wanted to. My passion, which is helping moms just become an overall better person, better woman, better mom. And then come to find out, I am pregnant with our second. And it was like totally out of the blue. I was like, what the heck? I was actually just like one and done. I would tell people, it's just me and my son. I'm not having any more kids. I don't plan to. I don't want any more. And then here we go having another one. And I was like, what? So I'm like, I have to start all over again. And what am I going to do? and just having another baby again. So I was just going through a lot of mindset work right there with trying to grasp that I'm going to become a mom again. What life is going to look like for me now. And I was like, you know what? This is even more to share with moms that not just like, surprise babies, but it's like just the big shifts that we go through in life and how to not see them as a burden or an obstacle, because sometimes they are an obstacle, but to like go through it full force, knowing that it's something better on the other side of it. And obviously, having another baby was awesome. And it was a girl. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was even more excited having a girl. And then, yeah, we just kind of had our little family. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to start the podcast, the Mommy Mindset podcast. And I was 8 months pregnant. And I was like, no more waiting. I'm going to do it before baby. I'm going to get it all out there. I'm going to share my story. And I'm going to just share the mental blocks and the things that I have overcame with, just my journey that I came from being a young mom to college graduate to a business owner, entrepreneur, and to having another baby and entering. And then at the same time, we were buying our first house. And that's a whole process.
Oh, yes.
So I was like, just life is changing so much right now. And it's like how to navigate through that and level up your mind at the same time with where life is taking you and just letting it, run its course and just trusting the process. So I did start Willie Mindset podcast, 8 months pregnant, ran a few episodes, and then and before the baby came, and then June of last year, 2022, our baby girl entered the world. And I was like, it was actually harder for me this time, like mentally and like getting back physically. It was just like a lot because I was living with my mom still, and she was helping me tremendously to me and my boyfriend actually making the jump, moving in together and buying the house. And I was like, this is just too much. So like my postpartum hormones were like everywhere. I was crying for no reason most of the time. And I was like, you know what, this is fine because this is motherhood. This is just life. Life will throw us curveballs, and it's okay to like cry it out some days when we need to. It's like everything is good. Everything is going into the direction that it needed to. So I actually put pause on the business and the money mindset for like the first 4 to 5 months after having my second, because I just like, and I loved it. I just loved it. It was like a small little world, just me and her. I was getting back into the motherhood thing and having a newborn and learning that. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I had my time to unplug and I'm ready to come back full force. And then that's when I brought it. And I'm just expanding and expanding mommy mindset to helping other moms with their mindset and all their curveballs that life throws at us.
Yes, I love it. And, your story, right, like you say, goes to show all the different, challenges, obstacles, changes, things that we go through, and how in the moment it may seem like, oh my goodness, what am I getting myself into? Or can I really do this? But if you trust the process, if you find a way to shift your mindset from one that consumes you with the worry and the limitations, you're able to embrace that experience in a better way, in a more positive way. And I think that's what you and I want to help moms through and with, because we've been there. When I was pregnant with my first kid, and it was terrifying. I never wanted kids. I did not want that experience. And it was a horrible experience because, the father didn't even stick around. So I was all by myself. But he ended up being the most amazing blessing that in my entire life that I didn't know, because I never knew love like that. So it's like beautiful to hear other stories of younger moms, how you didn't allow that to stop you from living your life, and you embraced motherhood through it. And you found that unconditional love that you probably never experienced before, having a child and becoming a mom. I think it's fantastic what you do. I love to hear this. And then of course later on in life, I was in such a different place, more mature. I had experienced life differently. I felt like I showed up as a mom differently. What would you say is your experience with that as far as having a second child later on in life?
Like I said, I did not plan to have any more. Like I was done. And then just having the surprise, and I was like, wow. But I mean, we were like in a totally different place. And it's like we were young kids in love in high school. And then like we we like broke up, and we did a lot of like both of us, me and my partner, we did a lot of growing obviously as individuals. But I think that's what really helped us come together. We got back together, and we just knew it's like, okay, we just want better for ourselves, for our son. And then that turned into another little baby. And so we're like, okay, this is it. This is our family. We're making it work. And, we bought our house, and the rest is history. But yeah, I think just being in another place, a different place in life, and being in, like you said, a different, your parenting styles is different. But I think like, I absolutely loved the blessing that my son was to me when he came into my life, because I felt like I didn't know what I would do if I didn't have him at the time that I did. Um, just knowing the love that he gave me, and the more time that we spent together. Yeah, I was super young, but like at the same time, I was able to be a mother for, the past 10 years. And it's just been such a blessing. So I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, and I would not change anything.
Yeah.
Attention, hardworking moms. Are you ready to kickstart your journey to a thriving online business? Introducing Learn and Earn Profits Online Max, a groundbreaking digital resale course that's revolutionizing success. Learn how to create your own funnel and sell this exact course, pocketing a whopping 100% of the profits. Yes, you heard that right, 100% yours. Lipo Max is an enhanced platform packed with incredible modules and valuable insights designed to elevate your online business game. Don't miss this chance to join a supportive community where hard work meets exceptional opportunities. Say goodbye to the hassle of creating courses from scratch. Lipo Max does the heavy lifting for you, empowering you to learn and earn in an environment tailored for your success. Act fast and secure your spot in this game-changing program and set yourself up for a prosperous life. Join the Lipo Max community today. Click on the link in the show notes to learn more, or contact me today with any questions.
I agree. That's exactly what one of my greatest beliefs too. And I love it because it helps me to not kind of freak out, I guess you could say, when certain situations don't happen my way. Like when things don't go as I want them to or plan. There was a time that I used to kind of panic about it. But now, because, I realize that's a strong value and belief that I have, is that everything happens for a reason. So what's the silver lining here? What's the lesson that to be learned here? How can I see this differently than the typical negative way that I used to look at everything? Because that was what was instilled in me so much. And it's so beautiful when you can experience life that way and seeing things not as chaos or a failure, but as a learning curve, as something to help you grow and that you can take to eventually give back and help others who are struggling with that, which is kind of the path I've chosen for myself as well. And it sounds like you have, is like you've gone through the struggles of pursuing entrepreneurship as a mom, where so many moms, and that's something I would love for you to reflect on, because I love how you were true to yourself, and when you had that second child, you knew, I need time for me and to focus on my child, and you put a pause. And I think that's something special, because so many times we feel like we got to keep pushing, pushing, pushing and doing this, and that. But it's like when you get to a point where you're true to yourself and whatever experience you're at in your life, things happen in the right timing for you when you're ready to come back even. So what would you say to somebody out there right now who's a mom, who's on the fence, who wants to, pursue maybe her own business, but is afraid or just feels like she's got too much going on? As someone who's been there, what would you be your top advice for them?
Oh my gosh, I have so much to say, but I think it's so, so important, and I'm such an advocate to like always like you said, being authentic to yourself, putting yourself first. And I know that sounds so selfish, but
It's not.
like the saying goes, you can't fill other people with your empty cup. And I think just listen to yourself. But at the same time, because there's a very fine line of like trying to take time for yourself and take care of yourself, but then also that's fear holding you back. Because I've been in the boat. Just like after my baby, I was like, you know what, this feels right to me at this moment and everything's gonna be fine. So I stepped away. But just like backing up and starting the business, I did not wait till I was ready. So just start. Do not wait till you're ready. Don't wait till your kids get older. Don't wait till your kids get to school. Like, don't wait because life is too short. Life is too precious. And you you have that purpose and that calling inside of you. And it is your duty as a woman, but also as a mom to answer it and to act on it. It's instilled in you for a reason. And I am always the type of, I want to follow my own dream so I can be an example to my kids. So they can look back and be like, damn, mom did all this
Yeah.
while raising us and building a business and working a full-time job. Not just to raise me and put me on a pedestal, but just to be an example that I paved this road. So you, as my son and my daughter, y'all can go and pave your own road. So I just want to be an example to them. So be an example to your kids. Don't wait until you're ready because there's never going to be the perfect time to be ready. And yes, be authentic to yourself. Like listen to what your soul needs, what your body needs. If it needs rest, it needs rest. If you need to take actions, take the action. So that's what I would say.
I love it. I love it. That's so true and so important. I know there were times in my past where I would feel guilty just wanting to go take a nap or to just sit down and watch a show or just do something for myself because I felt like I should be doing this or or it's selfish of me to do that or this one needs me. I shouldn't put that on this one. And it caused me such resentment and such, suffering that I didn't need. And it led me to have like those moments where I would lash out because I was so tired and not being true to myself, like you say, because it's not selfish putting yourself first. It's a matter, like you say, of having that balance of understanding, yes, your kids need you to take care of them. And there's going to be responsibilities along the way. And even, yes, if you're pursuing your own business, it's going to take effort. It's going to take your time. But I feel like there's still a good way to, balance it in a way that you still get to live. You don't want to overstretch yourself. You want to find a way that you can do stuff for yourself, your kids, but still put that little bit of baby steps towards it because it takes time to build a business. It takes time to get things established, to get yourself together. And it's okay. It's okay to take the breaks when you need the breaks. It's okay to focus on your family when you want to focus on your family. I think that's one of the things that I see sometimes that pushes people away from even pursuing it, or even when they're trying to pursue it, it discourages them when they feel like they have to, oh, if you don't show up and do this and that, and that means you don't care about your business. You don't care about, pursuing your dreams. And that's not the case in my opinion. Cause I feel like what's amazing is when you're just true to yourself and you follow your intuition and just do things what you can in any moments that you can, while also taking care of yourself and what needs to be taken care of. If that makes sense.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, so I'm everything you said. I've said it before because
Yeah.
we're gonna be in the different ages that your kids are in. It's gonna be different. Your routine, your daily routine, how you run your household, how your time gets spent. It's going to be different. But what I've learned a lot this year actually is being intentional. Because I feel like as moms, we're just like, oh, we gotta do all the things. And especially if you're running a business, then mom guilt kicks in and you're trying to do everything all at once just so you can check the things off the list. It's like, no, you don't have to check things off the list. every day just because you said, okay, I did this, or okay, I, took a bubble bath. So that's self care. It's like, no, be intentional with your time. So be intentional with the time that you have with your kids. Be intentional with the actual self care that you need. That could be a good cry. That could be journaling. That could be talking to a friend. Like self care can look differently for everyone, but be intentional with it. Like just don't do something and say, yeah, this is my self care and it's not really helping you. Be intentional with your business, and it's like you said, it's going to take time. And for the longest time, it was so hard for me to accept that. I was like, well, no, because there's all these other people that were like a success. I know not overnight, but it seemed like it. Like, oh, just a couple months, and then this girl's already at this certain point
Level.
in her life where she's making this amount of money, or look at her business. And first of all, that was my mistake for even comparing myself, because a lot of them didn't have kids. And I was like, you know what? I need to be true to myself. I need to accept that my path and my road are totally different from this mom or this businesswoman, because I am blending mom life and business life together. And that's okay because it's doable. I just have to be more intentional with my time and prioritize more. And that is a learning process.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, just like how you caught yourself where you were comparing, because it's so easy for us to do that. And it's also the worst thing we can do is like compare ourselves to anyone else, because everyone has their own path, their own journey, their own time. And when you do that, you're just setting yourself up to be disappointed, to be discouraged, to create more doubt in you. And it's so untrue, because your time, it could be right around the corner. It could be right around the corner, but because you're ready for it now, that, things aren't happening exactly in the moments that you want to, you can miss out on a great opportunity to really change your life. And that's why no matter what, I believe, just show up for yourself. Show, like you said, I love that whole intentional. That's such a beautiful thing. So anyone listening, start being intentional. Like she says, like that's amazing. A great way to think about things and to be with your family, your business, wherever you are in life, to be more grounded and intentional in who you are and what you need and those moments. That's great. And tell us a little bit about what you offer, as far as if somebody was interested in working with you. What services do you offer?
Of course. So obviously, you can follow me on Instagram at Annalise_gorgeous, and then the Mommy Mindset podcast. But with all of this mom talk and busy mom talk, with us trying to manage self care and mom life and, business, if we're starting one, I have a free guide for all of my ambitious, busy moms out there to how to optimize your time, because we only get pockets of time sometimes. And so it's how to prioritize and optimize your time for the best results towards your goals. So I have that free guide to help moms prioritize their time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure they'll be great before it. And I'll make sure to include your links, and so they can follow you, as well as that in the show notes, so people can get their copy of that. That's wonderful. We all know time, time is of the essence. It's definitely important. And it's great to have that guide to help you with structuring and prioritizing, because you can make time. Time management's very important, and there are ways to do it.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Mary. I just love connecting with other moms. And, if you are listening to this right now, know that you're listening to it for a reason. And if we can do it, so can you. You can have a really good, I don't want to use balance, because I'm trying to step away from the word, using the word balance, because it's all harmony. Harmony between work and mom life, or mom life and starting a business. Well, like we can do it, so can you. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just how are we going to use it?
Yes, absolutely. And I love that. You're right. So many things all the time going on, but when people feel like they have to make a balance of it, that sometimes can be a turn off, because how do you really balance and juggle it all sometimes? But I love that, the harmoniousness of it. It's like having that shift in perspective. I think for me, one of my defining moments was I used to get so stressed out about the mess that the kids and the dogs made constantly. And it felt like no matter how many times I cleaned up, 5 minutes later, it's like a tornado came back in. And, working on my gratitude and being able to shift my perspective from seeing it as a mess to realizing how lucky and blessed I am to have a family, to have kids. And it really helped me to go into that with a different attitude and feeling. And that I think that's very important because things are going to be out of your control. No matter how much we want to have that certainty and that control over things, it's not always going to be that way. But you do have control over how you see it, feel about it, and react to it, respond to it, like I like to say. So just keep that in mind for those listening. If you're dealing with things that are causing you stress or overwhelm, that there are different ways to look to it. And if you need more support, or guidance, that's why people like me and Annalise are here. We're here to support you. We're here to guide you. We're here to encourage you and inspire you in any way that we can. So be sure to go out there and subscribe to her podcast, follow her. And again, thank you so much for being here and being part of this show. I love connecting with women as well, especially moms, and hearing your beautiful stories and listening to your journeys and what's led you to where you are.
Thank you so much. I loved our conversation today, and I think it a good reminder, yes, for everyone listening, but like you just said, just trying to have more gratitude. Really good reminders for us every day too, to be grateful and to enjoy the small things. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure.
Here are the key takeaways from today's episode. Annalise's story teaches you the importance of trusting the process even when unexpected events occur, reminding you to embrace life's changes with positivity and resilience. Discover the significance of prioritizing self-care and being intentional with your time, empowering you to find balance and fulfillment in both your personal and professional life. Learn how to overcome comparison and mom guilt by focusing on your own journey and being kind to yourself, allowing you to navigate motherhood and entrepreneurship with confidence and grace. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in with me each week. Please be sure to leave me a review or a 5-star rating on Spotify. Be sure to share this episode with anyone you feel would benefit from listening. Also, be sure to join me for my upcoming free workshop coming up in May, where I help mom entrepreneurs get the guidance and genuine support you deserve as you take action towards creating the successful business and life you desire. You can sign up now for the free Mompreneur Mastery Guide and get on our wait list to stay updated on details. I'm excited to help you get the jump start you deserve and need to push through the obstacles and challenges and work towards the goals you set. Let us, radiant moms, continue to rise and live life to the fullest. Until next time, much love.